Yes, thank you for your introduction. My name is Thanh Booth. It's my pleasure to be here to present to you about my work on random forest classification and local region-based level set segmentation for quantitative ultrasound of human lymph nodes. So thanks to previous talk, now you already know a lot of information about lymph nodes. So it's just quick introduce about the motivation of my work here. Determining the lymph node status is crucial for staging and treatment planning of cancer. So why that? Like this slide shows a section of colon with colorectal cancer, and you see the lymph node and lymph vessel in green. In general, the cancer is described into five stages, and if the it doesn't display correctly. So if the cancer is found in the lymph nodes, and it means that the cancer in late stage 3 or stage 4, and so that the patient needs to be undergone specific treatment. Currently, the histology is the gold standard for detect metastatic in the lymph node, in the excised lymph node. Unfortunately, it may miss small but clinically significant micro metastatic in the lymph node, because for example, for colorectal or gastric cancer, only one central histological section of the lymph node were evaluated for metastasis. In previous work, our group have developed quantitative ultrasound methods that were able to evaluate the lymph node in 3 dimensions and successfully guide the pathologist toward the specific region so that they can help them to identify the region to cut the lymph node and evaluate the lymph node. Briefly, after rejecting the lymph node from patient with proven histologically cancer, the lymph node, the fat surrounding the lymph node were manually removed, and the lymph node were placed into the water saline and scanned individually using the high frequency focus transducer to acquire high resolution data. And by using the QS methods, which basically the method that estimates the parameter related to the microstructure of the tissue. The essential step is QS parameter attenuation. Therefore, the parameter need to the lymph node, parenchyma, or the tissue need to be segmented from fast and normal saline to restrict the QS processing into the lymph node region, and also to correct for attenuation, because in high frequency ultrasound, the attenuation is very critical, and we have to compensate for that. However, automatic segmentation of the lymph node data is challenging because of the low contrast signal, speckle, and also the image inhomogeneity due to attenuation and focusing effect of the acquisition system. So in this work, I present to you an automatic segmentation method of the lymph node data based on the envelope 3D data. The method consists of 2 steps. So in the first step, we employ random forest classification to obtain initial segmentation of the 3 media. But when random forest classify each voxel independently, there may be a problem of spatially inconsistent classification. So therefore, we define the segmentation method result of the random forest classification using the level set method to correct for some spatial inconsistency, and our level set methods take into account the data inhomogeneity due to attenuation and focusing effect. So in the next slide, I will briefly present to you the main idea of each step. Random forest, what is random forest? Random forest is an ensemble of multiple decision trees. So here I showed you how we use a decision tree for segmentation. Well, now the segmentation problem is considered as the classification problem of three classes corresponding to the three media. So first, we have to identify the which feature used to differentiate the three media. We have extracted 15 features for each voxel in the data, but here I just present you two most important features. The first one is the backscattered energy, which is the cumulative summation of the intensity of all the voxel above the voxel of interest. And also, we also take into account the intensity surrounding the voxel of interest by computing the average amplitude. Because we use the decision trees in a supervised setting, therefore, we use the label voxel composed of feature vector, like 15, including 15 elements, and the class label provided by each to build decision trees. So decision trees is a tree, is a graph with no log consisting of a split node and consisting of split node and terminal node. And the split nodes contain a binary state function to be applied to the upcoming data. And terminal node here contain a class distribution of all the label voxel that reads during the training. So during the training, we build a tree. And during the classification, like for each voxel, we extract the feature vector and let them traverse each tree until it reaches the lymph node, terminal node. And each node, the feature vector was sent to left or right depending on each answer to the question at the split node. And for this particular illustration, you see that because the box label the feature vector reaches to the terminal node with probability of lymph node parenchyma is dominant, so we classify them as the lymph node parenchyma. However, in the real data, one tree is not enough. So random forest is the multiple decision trees, so we use N tree, and we compile the answer, the distribution of at the reach lymph node, terminal node of all the tree together to provide the final probabilities output, and the class of maximum probability used to diffusion to label the feature vector. So as I said, we extracted 15 features and we built 60 trees and use 12 lymph nodes for training the classifier. And here is one image to show the qualitative result. You see that there's still some misclassification, like in this position and also here. So that's the reason we use the level set method to refine this segmentation. So by using the level set method, we consider the segmentation provided by random forest classification is initialization. As I said before, because we acquire the data using high frequency and focused transducer, so the intensity evolves with that. This image shows the profile of the intensity. So if we apply like traditional or very well-known level set method that incorporate the global statistics, it will not work on our data. So that's we propose we introduce the Transverse slide. And for each media, we use the gamma distribution to model in the intensity. And the gamma distribution parameter were estimated for each media in within the Transverse slide. So we consider that the data in the each Transverse slide are relatively homogeneous. The slide shows a quantitative result. We we give 54 lymph nodes we evaluate the method using 54 lymph nodes, 12 lymph nodes for training and 42 lymph nodes for testing. And the segmentation accuracy were quantified using the similarity coefficient, where if the score equal 1, mean that the perfect agreement between the automatic segmentation and the manual segmentation. And you see here, by using random forest classification, we also acquire the high score. But more importantly, after defining the result with with the level set method, significant better score was obtained. Why that? Because as I presented before, like using the random level set method, we can correct for some misclassification, like in this image, and also we can smooth the boundary and correct for some misclassification at bottom. We also evaluate the methods in terms of QS parameter attenuation. In reverse study, the average effective scatter size was found to be the best QS parameter for characterizing between metastatic and non-metastatic lymph nodes. So this slide shows a plan as almond plots of the average effective scatter size estimated after automatic versus manual segmentation. And you see that the 90% limit agreement is small enough for our application. Okay, so to conclude, we presented a hybrid segmentation method combining random forest and level sets. This method provides automatic and robust segmentation. Now we apply the fully automatic processing chain. Therefore, accurate QS estimates in the site colorectal lymph node can be obtained without the operator-independent segmentation. Thank you for your attention.